Hey everybody, this is Attorney Kenneth Stevens, and today what I'd like to talk to you all about is something that I see you all doing that I think exposes you to fraud liability, and it's so unnecessary. So I just want to talk to you all about it and clear it up. Hopefully it makes you kind of think twice about doing these things. So let's say, for example, we got a company, JC's Contracting, and they got a $295,000 project that they bid on. They got the bid. Say that it's just a private project, $295,000. And it's a fixed agreement. It's fixed. So what's the most important thing here now at this point? You got the scope clearly defined. It explains what they're going to do. They've charged $295,000. What's most important? What's most important is that the job is completed, that the owner or the developer gets exactly what they paid for $295,000. They don't care about what you spent on labor. They don't care about what you spent on material. They don't care what your profit is, which means if for some reason you only spend $100,000 and you are able to make $195,000 in profit, good for you. But if for some reason you're only able to make $5,000 in profit, well, good for them. But it doesn't matter. So if that's the case, if what they're actually paying you for is for the project to be completed, and generally it's based on progression, 50%, 25%, 25%, and then, the payments are released based on the progression of the job, why is it that I'm seeing you all treat this fixed fee agreement like a cost plus agreement, and when you do some of your draws or you're sending out invoices, they say, oh, well, we spent this amount for this, and we spent this amount for this, and we spent this amount for this. And so you have, under the draw, you have everything line item, or on your invoice you have everything line item and you have what you spent on it. That's unnecessary. They don't care. They've already accepted the $295,000, so as long as you can get it done for $295,000, great. Now, why is this problematic? You're probably saying, well, it's just some additional information, and a lot of times it makes the client more comfortable. Well, the problem is, a lot of times you all didn't spend this amount. You didn't, because you've included some additional percentage or something like that to hit your overhead and to hit your profit. So the problem is, let's say it's all good normally if you can complete the job for that amount because the client gets what they paid for. It becomes a problem if for some reason you go over budget and now you're at $300 and something, $400,000 on the project. Because then when they come back and look at these, they'll say, well, you said you spent this on this, and you spent this on that, you spent this on this, and you're like, well, I actually didn't spend that amount. And that's a problem now, because now you've made these misrepresentations, which makes it look like this entire number was a misrepresentation from the beginning. And guess what? That's fraud. And so I think that what you all need to understand is the difference between a fixed fee agreement and a cost plus agreement. And you need to understand that on a fixed fee agreement, the emphasis is on progression of the work. It's not on labor and materials, it's on progression of the work. Cost plus, you need to have this accurate accounting, and you need to have an accurate amount of what you spent on labor and materials, because that's what they're paying you based on, your representation of what labor and materials cost. Does that make sense? I hope that it does. I hope that this is helpful. I hope that you all share it, and happy building.
Interviews.